Hello and welcome back to Linus and Chuck, where today I'll be teaching you how you can teach other people to spin nunchucks. Most of my videos on this channel are tutorials that teach you how to spin nunchucks. However, what if you, who already knows nunchucks, would like to teach someone else how to use nunchucks? Well, this is the perfect video for you because I'll be showing you how you can teach other people how to spin nunchucks. Let's get this straight. Just because someone may be an amazing nunchuck spinner does not at all mean that they're a great teacher, because those are two completely separate things. While it is helpful for someone who is teaching something to be good at the things that they are teaching, it is not necessarily the truth that someone who is good at doing something is very good at teaching. With that in mind, here are 3 very simple steps that will help you teach nunchucks more easily to other people. The first step is to know what you'll be teaching. This is actually more involving than you might think. You need to take into account the level of skill that the person that you're teaching has and what will be appropriate for them to learn. If you try to start someone off who's never held nunchucks before with a controlled throw, that will be very frustrating for them and won't be the right way to do it. However, if you start with some easier moves that are more enjoyable for them to learn and get the hang of things, it'll be a much simpler process of teaching them those moves. So the first and arguably even most important step in teaching someone is to teach them what is right for them. So to give them the proper move that will be applicable to them and will help them out. Knowing your audience and knowing what is interesting to them, as well as the appropriate skill level for them, are 2 very important things that go into teaching someone properly how to use nunchuck. So after you have identified what the skill level of the person you are teaching is, you can move on to step 2, which is to break down the move that you are teaching. This involves taking your amazing, giant routine or move that you're trying to teach them and breaking it up into tiny little pieces that they'll be able to digest more easily. If someone, for instance, can't do each move separately that feeds into a spinning routine, they will certainly not be able to perform the spinning routine because the components aren't there yet. So break it up into pieces. So if you're teaching a wrist roll, go with the grip, use the other hand in order to guide the nunchuck across, bring the other hand around, and guide the person through the move, allowing them to learn it more easily. If you don't break down the move at all, you could be showing it to them 100 times and they still won't understand what is going on. Even though piecing it together may seem super easy for you, for someone who might not be at your same skill level, it may be difficult to wrap their mind around what is going on. So being able to break the move up into pieces will make the process much less frustrating for them and make it easier for them to learn the new move. Step 3 may seem like an obvious one, but it is very important, and that is to repeat the move that you're showing. To do it again, to explain it in a slightly different way a second time, or a third time, or 100 times. In all of my tutorials, I always explain the move twice. This is because the first time around, I might not have said everything that I wanted to say to the move, and when I explain it a little bit differently, I might add helpful information that may help the viewer learn the move more easily. Even though someone could very easily just go back and scroll back on the video and watch the same segment again, by explaining it a second time, you may be integrating a little bit more information or a little bit different information that might help someone understand the move, which they previously were not able to. So in summary, step 1 is to find out what you want to teach. This involves knowing your students and their skill level and what would be an appropriate move for them to learn. Step 2 is to break down the move into individual bite-sized pieces that will help them get a grasp of what is going on. And step 3 is to repeat the move and to explain it in a slightly different way that will allow them to hopefully wrap their mind around the move in a better way. So I hope that you learned something today. If you'd like to learn more nunchuck moves for yourself, be sure to check out the variety of other nunchuck related tutorials that I have on my channel.